Hello, this is Dylan Smith, and these are my audience members. Say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yep, up here. And these two wonderful people, my parents. And let's begin. So, what were y'all doing when y'all were 10 years old? Were you trying not to get caught by your teacher because you were chewing gum? Maybe you were just chasing your friends around on the playground. Or maybe you were performing surgery. No? What about attending college? Still nothing? What about baffling the minds of musicians who have had years of practice? Still nothing? Me neither. But those people do exist. They're out there. Child prodigies. Kids who excel beyond their years in one area of expertise. Areas like math, music, science, dance, art, and even some sports. Here's an example.
Allman Brothers, Jessica. When I was 10 years old, I used to take scotch tape and see how far I could.
That was Brandon. He's 10 years old and he's a guitar prodigy. He's amazing. He's already written his first song. But he's not the only guitar prodigy, or prodigy at all. There are others. And he's not even the best. Today I'm going to discuss with you some historically famous prodigies, some modern day prodigies, and some difficulties that can arise with being so gifted at such a young age. Let's begin. Now, anyone who's ever taken a psychology class has probably heard the name Jean Piaget. He's a famous child psychologist. Now, according to encyclopedia.com, Jean Piaget was also a child prodigy. When he was 10 years old, he got his first job at a natural history museum. While he was there, he developed a keen interest in mollusks, clams, oysters, that sort of thing. Well, by the time he reached high school, he had written and published so many papers on mollusks that experts in the field of zoology knew his name. Most of them thought he was an adult, but his achievements didn't stop there. He switched from zoology to psychology and revolutionized the field. He had a major impact on the area of psychology with his theories on child cognitive development. But to tell you the truth, Piaget isn't even the most famous child prodigy. But the next guy arguably is. We've all heard this name. Mozart, the classical musician. Now, according to Business Insider, Mozart's talents began to become expressed when he was 3 years old. At the age of 5, he played at a university. A year after that, at the age of 6, when most of us were in kindergarten, he was playing the piano at the Imperial Court. He also wrote his first musical composition that year. Of course, by the age of 8, he had played at his first symphony, and by 12, he had played an orchestra. And his achievements just go on and on and on. He lived a great life. He died at age 35, leaving behind over 600 musical compositions. It's an amazing feat. But it leads us to wonder, are there today some future Piagets or Mozarts just waiting to be born or already born and just are young? Are they going to break new fields of science or awe the world with a masterpiece? The answer is most likely yes. Let's discuss some of today's child prodigies. First is Akrit Jaswal. Well, according to therichest.com, Jaswal performed his first surgery at the age of 7 on a girl who had a burnt hand. It was locked up and he freed it. Now, Jaswal was always an early starter. He was walking and talking at 10 months old, and he was reading and writing by the age of 2. At the age of 12, he was discussing with individuals about the benefits of oral gene therapies for cancer. At the age of 17, he was working on his master's degree. Currently, he's working on studying bioengineering, and he hopes to fulfill his life goal, which is to cure cancer. He's an amazing man. But science can change the world, and art can change a life. Alida Andre. Now, to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical about her ability and her talent because she's supposed to be an abstract artist. And to me, any child can do abstract art. That was until I saw her paintings. At 20 months old, she had already created 60 paintings. Well, this obviously impressed her parents and also the quality of the work. So, Alida's mother took a few of the paintings to a local art dealer, and he insisted that they be shown at a local group exhibition that was coming up. Well, it was a huge success. Less than 2 years later, mind you, Alida's not just about 2.5, another solo exhibition was open just for her. They showed 24 paintings, and every single one of them sold. They ranged in price from about $4,000 to $10,000. She continued again and kept doing solo exhibitions, some in New York, some in other, even more famous places for art, Italy. Recently, one of her paintings has sold for about $50,000. It was sold to a private dealer. That's more than I make in a year. Wonderful, right? Now, at this point, we're all probably just a little bit jealous. We might wish we had been born with those talents, or we might wish we had been dealt a better hand in life. But should we? There are issues that arise from being so gifted at such young an age. Alyssa Court. She was a child prodigy. She's a novelist now, and according to Times Magazine, the book was about the difficulties of being a gifted youth. Now, 2 problems were discussed majorly in this novel of hers. I'm going to share both of them with y'all now. The first problem, the first problem stems from the fact that children, when they see their kids, they instinctively want to give them a little nudge. They want to help them along, assist them in life. And there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes, when a parent sees a kid and finds out that they're special, gifted, a prodigy, that little nudge can become a push. Now, what this does is it deprives the kids of the fun things in life. They play less, they don't goof off as much, and in turn they become a little depressed, maybe a lot depressed, or maybe even burnt out. They don't want to work anymore. The second problem comes from society's pressure. Now, when you or I mess up, it's a little mistake. A few people see it, it's no big deal. But when all eyes are on you and you mess up, you get criticized, made fun of, teased. It's not a pretty picture. It can cause insecurities in the individual and even performance anxiety. Now, here's an example in the extreme. Brandon Bremer. He was a prodigy himself. He was reading at 18 months. He played the piano at age 3. He graduated high school when he was 10 years old. When he was 14, he committed suicide. In an interview with Alyssa Court, he told her that America is a society that demands perfection. And that's what he felt. Do we still feel jealous? No. Child prodigies are capable of amazing things, amazing acts, feats beyond our imagination. But there's one thing we all have in common. We're human. Thank you.